Together, we can change our community, one child at a time. Those who know look around and say, what can one program do? We can better our schools by helping children become happier and more confident. The truth is, you can't teach children through music, and art has no place in our school. We'd be lying if we said the Beach Suzuki Violin program has a vision. The time has come to see this is the reality of our school. That's what some like to think. But then we teamed up and turned that perception upside down. This is the reality of our school. The time has come to see the Beach Suzuki Violin program has a vision. We'd be lying if we said art has no place in our school, and you can't teach children through music. The truth is, by helping children become happier and more confident, we can better our schools. What can one program do? Those who know look around and say, one child at a time, we can change our community together.
Five years ago, Martha Shackford came up and wanted to see what difference she could make by bringing the violin program to kids that normally would have no access to playing. So we started small. So we started with our one kindergarten class, and now they are fourth graders. And we've added classes each year exponentially.
There have been some very dedicated teachers who have worked 4 or 5 years with the project. Some of them have some real bonds to the students. You know, normally in a regular public school, the students would move on year to year, you know, to a new classroom teacher. But the Suzuki project is one of the things that stays consistent with the students.
I enjoy teaching children that don't have access to private Suzuki violin lessons, which tend to be fairly costly. The demographics at Beach School also allow me to reach out to Hispanic families. I also see a lot of African American kids here. We also see a lot of immigrant families here. So I get to teach those children that don't necessarily come to me at my private studio.
It would be amazing if every single student could have this as a part of their curriculum every week, because I think what it gives to children and their way of how they learn things, it really goes across the board with strengthening their learning skills.
First of all, when they're starting out, I mean, they start out at 5 years old. And so they're learning how to hold the violin and hold the bow. And so it's just like learning in the classroom. It's steps. It's steps that they take. And each time they're taking this step, it's building up their confidence.
Even when something is very hard and very complex, if you break it down and you practice little parts of it every day, you can make progress and eventually master something very difficult, you know, and really in life, you know, that's what we do so often.
Anytime students are exposed to the arts, especially instruments and especially the violin, where they're using both sides of their brain and they're physically crossing from left to right, it just, you can look up any research and it just shows the strengthening of their learning skills. And so not only are they learning the instrument, which in itself is phenomenal, but it also helps them attend to other areas of any education. It kind of exercises a part of the brain that wouldn't normally get exercised. It's also like learning a second language, which we're also lucky to offer here.
Not having music in the schools is producing generations of people who just can't connect to classical music. And I don't think it's just for those wealthy families. I think classical music is for everybody.
The goal of the project is huge, you know, to provide violin instruction eventually to all the students in the school. That's, you know, hundreds and hundreds of students. That's going to take quite a few teachers. And we want to have experienced teachers, good teachers. And in order to achieve that goal, being able to pay teachers for their time is going to make a huge difference in the reach of our program.
We need everyone's help to keep this going. It's definitely worth it. I think it's where our investment really counts. It's where these kids who we want to keep them engaged in school, engaged in the arts, and really being well developed into well-rounded students and people and community members. And I think it's not just about academics, it's also about learning skills that'll get you through life. Whether your child is the next Mozart
Or just likes to listen to Mozart,
All children can benefit from music education.
Music learning supports all learning.
music helps with language development.
problem solving,
Discipline.
And confidence.
Music makes happier children.
And happier children make better communities.
And better communities are worth investing in.